Ooh.
Because nobody was wearing masks. It was bad.
Yeah.
Because it went from like they were handing out masks at the door and like making sure people were wearing masks and counting people to YOLO. Like
YOLO, I'm finna die.
Like, you want to come in here and pay some money? Come on in.
There's still protests going on. It's something.
Ugh. It's hard for me to really know because I watch the news and I only go to the store. And so it's like, do I know what's going on? Oh, no.
Are you still working at the dispensary?
No. Me and Kato went in there, and every time I go in, they're like, come back. We're busier than ever. And I'm like, gross. It's
gross.
It's like COVID central in there. It's COVID central in there. Ugh. I'm too scared, honestly. I can't.
Are they tightening things up in Georgia, or is it still like, are people still doing it?
Well, it's like they finally settled on letting people do county by county mask mandates. Before, the mayor of Atlanta was like, everybody has to wear a mask, and everybody was freaked out about it. And then, the governor like took her to court, and I was just like, ugh. And I didn't go back outside for like, I went quarantine round 2.
Ooh.
Because nobody was wearing masks. It was bad.
Yeah.
Because it went from like they were handing out masks at the door and like making sure people were wearing masks and counting people to YOLO. Like
YOLO, I'm finna die.
Like, you want to come in here and pay some money? Come on in. So I was like, not me, miss me. And so when they finally like settled on, it's up to whoever. We're not gonna say it's mandatory. They just left it kind of like vague.
Yeah.
I thought, oh, okay, maybe it'll be better. It's not.
It's not better.
It's not better. It's not. And now it's like it's getting to the point where you can't really say anything to people anymore. That's not allowed. Like, you can get fired from your job. Say that on the high note. Because I don't want people coming into Best Buy acting a fool, and B, it's just like you can't say anything to customers who don't wear masks anymore. So it's just like, so they got to put themselves at risk so somebody can feel comfortable.
Bless.
Right.
Bless.
Right? I don't even fucking believe in God. Sorry, everybody who believes in God. But no offense. I mean, you can believe it. But I have said stay prayed up more this year than I've said my entire life.
Yeah.
Just in case. Like 4-leaf clovers don't mean shit. But
just in case there is something up there,
Bless.
Like, we're being good.
I had 3 tests. Oh, no, wait. No, 2 tests.
You?
Yes.
Did you have to lie about your symptoms? Not to put you on the spot. Okay.
No, I didn't have symptoms. No.
Okay, you were just like, yo, I want to test.
I was like, I've been exposed. Because that's the truth.
I
thought I was exposed,
Okay.
But
because they're not handing them out like candy up here in Oregon. You have to have symptoms.
Tell on them, girl. Tell on them.
You have to tell them. My roommate was very honest, and she was like, I haven't had symptoms, and they wouldn't give her a test. And it's like, that's so fucking rude. How the fuck are we supposed to know?
Because all I do is sit around in quarantine. Better believe I know. That's ass backwards. We need more tests. We need more testing. Like, why are they holding?
We just need a different system, a different fucking government. Root it out. Anarchy. I'm about it. Fuck them all.
So it's hard to get tests up there, huh? God.
Yeah, like I got one, I want to say a month or two ago. And I really did have symptoms like I felt like I was hit by a truck.
Oh
I
yeah,
had
I
like
remember you saying
diarrhea.
that. Yeah.
But I didn't have it.
It's hard.
Knock on wood.
All the
Next week,
symptoms are everything of a good time
yeah.
or being alive, period.
And it's going to be difficult because next weekend I am going away to a lake house or a type of lake house like 3 hours away from Oregon, but I'm going to be with like 7, 8 other people.
Mhm.
Like most of them have been quarantining. There are a couple that are still tentative. I don't know if they're coming, but a lot of them have been quarantining. But it's still a big risk, and we're going to do hella drugs. So you're like, I'm stocked up, but it's just like, you do your best to be safe, but when you're kind of fucked up and on drugs, it's like,
what is safe?
yeah, what exactly? It's like I'm just trying to see the stars twinkle again. That's all I'm trying to do.
What is? Can you spell safe? Everybody say safe.
Safe.
Right. Man.
Yeah. It's a fucking hell of a time. I'm honestly, the clubs are probably not going to open back up until fall 2021. Like, can you imagine another summer of this bullshit? If I am not booed up by summer 2021, I'm going to a convent. I'm going to a convent. Or I'm declaring celibacy. Or I'm going to go towards men. I'm going to go on the other side. You laugh.
Come on now. You saw that Bumble. You saw straight Bumble now.
I know. I'm like, but the funny thing is, half those dudes, I'm like, I'd probably get along with them, honestly, because I think the same way.
That's that fuckboy shit. That's right.
That fuckboy mentality, baby.
Yes. It's like, yes, I listen to Drake. Stop telling people I'm a fuckboy. I'm targeted by this. Stop it. Man. God. Oh my God.
Oh my God.
You're giving me life here. Because
you're giving me life.
I'm deep quarantine. It's like the first round, it was pure insanity. And then they opened up Georgia, and I was like, just kind of like tiptoeing around the outskirts. Every once in a while, just getting wilder and wilder. At one point, we went to the mall. Like, it was wild. And then as it got crazier and crazier, I was like, this is going to be round 2. And I was so excited. I was like, I'll be better this time. I know how to make things.
I know how to make things.
I'm ready, I'm ready. I know all my mistakes. I'm ready. No, this time is worse. This time is so much worse because back then everybody was kind of doing it, and now nobody's doing it. So it's like you kind of feel like the only one. So it's like, damn, I'm isolated as fuck.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
When I found that dog, I was like, I mean, clearly everybody's like, oh, you're the dog whisperer. I'm like, I think I just forgot English. And
I think I just forgot.
me and the dog were speaking pure. Like, come on. God.
I know. It's going to be weird when you start interacting with people. Like, honestly, that date Wednesday, I didn't know how to act. I didn't know any appropriate questions, so I straight up just went into sex. I was like, okay, worst sex you've had in Portland. I want details. Like,
I feel you.
Maybe that's a better thing. Maybe that's a good thing. I don't have to filter myself.
Go back to the pureness of conversation. Just say what's on your mind. No filter.
Yeah. There were no filters there. Like,
were you scared? Were you like, a lot of times when I go to have a conversation with somebody like who is our age, not a fucking like computer or something, I'm like, okay, English, okay, you're ready, and then I'm like, okay, what are you gonna talk about? And I'm like, okay, what's on my mind? Sex. And I'm like, oh no,
sex.
I'm like, no, don't talk about that.
Sex. I know. I'm like, I don't want people to think I'm in it for only sex, but like, that's just who I am. Like, I bought tickets to the San Francisco Porn Festival, the virtual porn festival this weekend. It's an art.
I'm sad that my dungeon membership is going unused.
Your dungeon membership, though.
It's like, of course, that's the first thing I'm going to think about. So it's like,
how fucking crazy is it that we found each other on Reddit? And we're both like pretty much the same kind of like quirky, fucked up person in a way.
East Coast, West Coast.
Everyone.
It's East Coast, West Coast. God.
Like, it could have been anyone, but like this is like the perfect cocktail mixture for chaos, but also sanity, and also like, can you imagine if I went down to Atlanta and we like fucking turned up?
Here, come on, it's still open. Let's go.
Still open.
Golly, it's like, did it happen? I'm honestly questioning my sanity because I'm like, am I the only one still in quarantine? What the fuck? Like, sometimes when I go to the grocery store, it feels the same as like before. So I'm like, did COVID happen? If you didn't see if they were like, okay, new thing is, if you hold your breath for 2 seconds when you initially get in somewhere, you'll build immunity and you don't have to wear a mask. And then people start believing that, even though that's bogus. So you go somewhere, hear me out. I know this is, remember, I haven't been talking to anybody but 2 people, but hear me out. So
I'm with you. I know where you're going, and I'm honestly, I've been thinking the same thoughts.
Yeah. So you go in and it's like, you want to believe that, but you're like, that's pure bullshit. And it's like, some people say that's real, some people's not. So you're like, I'm just going to go to the store. I'm going to wear a mask. Okay. This is literally like a micro like version of me, because I'm still wearing gloves places. I'm still wearing a mask. I just now started like wearing shorts and short sleeves to expose my skin. That's how fucking freaked out I am. So it's like, you go somewhere and everybody's holding their breath, and then they're like mask free. And so you're the only motherfucker there with a mask on. And so it's like hard to not be pissed, because it's like, y'all believe this shit? It's because it's like, and you can't say shit to anybody because that's rude. You don't know why they're decided to hold their breath and believe that. And it's like, they're not getting sick, so you can't really say anything to them. And it's like, you look crazy for wearing a mask. So it's like, fuck. Like, no matter how this like changes, like, how do you know what's the right thing? Because these people aren't wearing a mask and they aren't sick. But doctors wear masks and nurses wear masks and they get sick. So it's like, fuck.
Right. I don't know what's real or what's wrong anymore. Yeah,
it's like, did it happen? You start looking around at people and they're holding their breath and they believe in the bullshit, and you're like, damn, should I believe it? This mask shit.
Damn, should I believe it?
Yeah, you're like, wait, they're not sick and they're doing it and they're living a life. Am I the crazy one? Like, fuck.
It's all kinds of fucked up right now. I do believe government's corrupt, and sometimes there's a lot of shit going on. That's where I'll leave it at.
Right? You gotta watch what you say.
There's a lot of shit going on.
Yeah, you gotta watch what you say. First of all, you're a TikTok star. So you better watch
I only have 5K people on TikTok. It's like, if you're trying to cheat nowadays, I don't know. I don't, like, you grind me for that.
You come back with COVID and it's like, hold on.